Welcome dear students. Today I will be explaining you rest of the chapter from Diary of Anne Frank written by Anne Frank. So before we proceed with the chapter, let's have a look at what we did in the last video. So we did that. Annie finds writing a diary is a strange experience. She finds it very strange writing in a diary, not because she is writing it for the first time, but because she thinks that in later years no one will be interested in reading the thoughts of a 13-year-old girl. Leaving all such thoughts, she started writing a diary. Though to say she had many friends, but she didn't have any true friends, so she made Diary her best friend and gave her a name Kitty. In the diary, at first she gave introduction about her family. So the introduction was Anne's sister Margot was born in Frankfurt, Germany in 1926. 3 years after her birth, Anne Frank was born in 1929 in Frankfurt. Her parents emigrated to Holland in 1933, while she and her sister were left to stay with grandmother. Later, both of them were called to Holland. Anne started her school in Montessori School and studied there for 6 years. Anne was very close to her grandma. After her death, she felt lonely. Death of her grandmother gave a shock to her and she did not write for few months. This we did in the last video. Now let's start with Dearest Kitty, our entire class is quacking in its boots. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. So on June 20, 1942, Anne begins writing in her diary, addressing her as her friend Kitty. So she starts mentioning about the class. She says that her entire class is shivering with fear, and the reason for shivering is the coming meeting of the teachers in which they are going to decide the names of the students who will be held back in the same class and the names of the students who will be promoted to the next class. Half the class is making bets. Gian and I laugh ourselves silly at two boys behind us. Cian and Jax, who have staked their entire holiday saving on their bet, and half of the class is busy in making bet. Some of them have staked their entire saving on it. So both Anne and her friend Jake, they were seeing the students and they were laughing at them, the way they are staking their entire holiday savings or whatever the bet they are having. From morning to night, it's you are going to pass. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. So the all since morning till night, the speculations were going on that who is going to pass and who is going to fail. Even G's pleading glances and my angry outburst can't calm them down. So G, he was just requesting them to be quiet. They were not ready to be quiet. Even Ang shouted at them, but still they were not ready to be quiet. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. So, according to Anne, many of them are dumb, so they should not be promoted to the next class. According to her, about quarter means one fourth of her class should be held back. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. So, according to her, nobody can predict what the teachers are going to give the result. So she said they are, according to her, they are the more unpredictable creatures because it's not known what they are going to announce. I'm not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. Later she says that she's not worried about the girls of the class, neither she's worried about herself. The only thing which is worrying is that, sorry, we will make it. She was sure that they will be passed or promoted to next class. The only subject I am not sure about is maths. So the only subject in which she is not pretty much sure. In the school also, if see many of the students, they are not much sure about the maths. Anyway, All we can do is wait. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart. So see, she said ki nothing could be done, only we can console each other, we can just help each other by saying that don't lose your heart, everybody will be will be passed. All can they can do is just to wait for the announcements. I get along pretty well with all my teachers. There are 9 of them, 7 men and 2 women. So now she goes and says about her teachers. She says there are 9 teachers in all, and among them 7 are men and 2 are women, and she get along with her teachers very well. See, in the starting only we have seen that when she was in 6th standard, her teacher was Mrs. Cuperis, and both of them cried when Anne was leaving the school. Now here, Mr. Keesing, the old foggy means an old-fashioned man who teaches maths, was annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. So one of her math teacher, he was really very annoyed with her. He always used to be angry with Anne because she used to talk a lot. After several warnings, he assigned me extra homework. He gave her a lot of warning, but Anne was not ready to be quiet. So he just assigned a homework to her. What was the homework? An essay on the subject, a chatterbox. So he assigned as a punishment, he gave her homework, and the homework was that she has to write an essay on a chatterbox. A chatterbox? What can you write about that? I had worry about that later, I decided. So she thought that what she will write up on this topic, very unusual topic. So she said, I would worry about that later. She said, I will later on worry about what has to be written. I jotted down the title in my notebook, tucked in my bag, and tried to keep quiet. So what she did, she just wrote that topic on her notebook, and she kept her notebook, and she was trying to be quiet in the class. That evening, after I had finished the rest of my homework, the note about the essay caught my eye. So suddenly, when she was done with the homework, suddenly she saw that her eye stuck on that topic, that is the chatterbox. I began thinking about the subject while chewing the tip of my fountain pen. Most of you do when you are not getting the answer or when you are thinking, you tend to do this. You chew the back of your fountain pen. So she was doing that. She was just chewing the tip of the fountain pen because she was busy in pondering what to write about that topic. Any wood could ramble on and leave big spaces between the words, but the trick was to come up with a convincing arguments to prove the necessity of talking. So she said, anybody, if you give this such kind of unusual topic, any of the student can write many thing about it. Aimlessly means without any meaning, all the rubbish you can write in that. You can finish many of the pages just leaving many of the space. Some of you tend to do this in the examination copy. When you don't know the answer, what you do, you just leave lots of spaces between two words and you try to fill the pages. Believe me children, those rubbish things don't fetch you marks. So she said that writing can be done easily, but her was that she wanted to write something which can convince the teacher, which can just convince the teacher that talking is the necessity of a student. She wants to prove her point that talking is a necessity of a student. I thought and thought, and suddenly I had an idea. I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Keesing had assigned me and was satisfied. First of all, she was not getting anything right, but later on, she wrote 3 pages on that topic chatterbox. I argued that talking is a student's trait and that I would do my best to keep it under control. So in the whole essay, she came up with the thing that talking is one of the characteristics of her students, and she said she will try to control on it, but she cannot control because it's one of the characteristics of the students. But anyhow, she will try to control. That means she will try to talk less. but that I would never be able to cure myself of the habit since my mother talked as much as I did if not more, and that there's not much you can do about inherited traits. So at one point she said it is characteristics of students, and second point which she gave, she said that I am not able to cure my problem of talking too much because I have inherited means the quality which you have taken from your parents. So she said, I have inherited this quality of talking from my parents, and even if I try harder, it's difficult for me to control my habit. Mr. Keesing had a good laugh at my argument, so he laughed. He found this thing very funny. He laughed at it. But when I proceeded to talk my way through the next lesson, he assigned me a second essay. But after that also, Anne could not keep quiet. She did not kept quiet. She kept on talking continuously, and because of that, in the next lesson, again she got an essay as a punishment, and the topic this time was an incorrigible chatterbox. Incorrigible means the habit which cannot be changed, yeah, difficult to change. I handed it in, and Mr. Keesing had nothing to complain about for two whole lessons. That means for the another two periods, he did not say anything. Another two classes, he did not say anything to Anne. However, during the third lesson, he had finally had enough. Anne Frank, as punishment for talking in class, write an essay entitled Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. So now in the next class, when he was fed up of her talking because she used to talk endlessly, so af- after that third lesson, he finally gave her one more topic to write, and this time it was very weird topic. The topic of essay was Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. This was the topic for her. The class roared. I had to laugh too, though I had nearly exhausted my ingenuity on the topic of chatterboxes. So the whole class they burst into laughter after hearing the topic, and she laughed at the topic. But the problem was now she was running out of thought because she has already written so much about the topic chatterboxes. It was time to come up with something else, something original. My friend Sane, who's good at poetry, offered to help me write the essay from beginning to end in the verse, and I jumped for joy. So her friend Suzanne, she gave her a suggestion to write the whole essay in the form of poem, and she really loved the idea. Mr. Keesing was trying to play a joke on me. Play a joke on me means that Mr. Keesing was trying to make fun of Anne through that essay with his ridiculous subject, but I had made sure the joke was on him. And Anne Frank has made it very sure that whatever she is going to write, instead of making fun of her, she is going to write that will ridicule Mr. Keesing. I finished my poem and it was beautiful. It was about a mother duck and a father swan with three baby ducklings who were bitten to death by the father because they quacked too much. So she finished with her poem, and the poem came out really beautiful. It the poetry was about a mother duck and a father swan. Both of them had three ducklings, and Father Swan was so much pissed off with his children, with the ducklings, because they made so much of noise that he bit them to death. Luckily, Mr. Keesing took the joke the right way, so it was a kind of satire on Mr. Keesing. But he did not feel bad. He took the joke in the right way, very lightly. He didn't feel offended also. He read the poem to the class, adding his own comments. So he liked the poem so much that he read the whole poem in front of the class. Simultaneously, he was adding comments on that. And not only that, he read that poem to other classes too. And from that very day, since then, I have been allowed to talk and I haven't been assigned any extra homework. That means from since that day, Anne was allowed to talk as much as she could, and she was never given a punishment. But there was a big change in Mr. Keesing. He started cracking jokes in between the class. Earlier he never used to, but now he has started after reading her poem. So this is all the chapter about. Hope you all have liked the chapter. It's a very interesting chapter, and many of you can relate with the incident which she has mentioned here. So it's my sincere request, please find the answers of the questions which is given uh, in the textbook and above every para, and also the in text questions. And for any other inquiry or if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me. Till then, have a good day. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Bye bye.